What's up guys, DBZHammer here, and today I'm going to be talking with Matchstckgmr about Gohan's character and where we think his character is going to be heading in the future. So to start it off, we all know Gohan's a huge badass, and when he needs to be, he can even be pretty sadistic. I mean, he's held his own against amazing opponents like Frieza. When he fought Frieza, he didn't kill Frieza or do any lasting extreme damage, but even Vegeta was stunned by his strength, and Vegeta even went as far as to worry that he became a Super Saiyan before him, and just naturally as a hybrid Saiyan, he's more powerful than pure-blooded Saiyans. There's no doubt about it, he's one of the strongest fighters in the universe, but still, for such a popular character, it seems to be some confusion and misunderstanding about where his character should be, and how it's developed over the series. I've seen way too many posts online by people who think Gohan's a weakling or like a bitch now, as some people like to put it, but really where he is right now it's logically where he should be for his character. He's not like Goku or Vegeta where he thrives and loves to fight and gets enjoyment from it, and the opposite, in fact, he hates it. He'll fight if needed, as I've said with Frieza and others, if he needs to fight he will, and he can put up fights against extremely powerful enemies, but like I said, he doesn't really get enjoyment from it. He said multiple times throughout the series that all he wants to be is a great scholar. He doesn't want to be some fighting champion or just a strong warrior like Goku and Vegeta strive to be. And there are some points people have to say that his character is a bit inconsistent, like Gohan has shown to like himself want to fight and willfully himself, go on to opponents like Nappa and Frieza and Ginyu when he was in Goku's body and more. But even with those, to me it kind of seems like it's rage bursts. It's not really, like, obviously it's rage bursts, but it's not really him. Like, he's not himself. His emotion and his anger takes over and he just goes all out. And like I said earlier with the hybrid Saiyan, he's more prone to emotion, and that emotion is going to take him over. And also his power level, especially in towards the Cell Saga, his power is extreme. He's even more powerful than Goku and Vegeta, and I don't know if this is ever explicitly stated, but I mean, another reason he could not like to fight is because he's afraid of his own power. He could be afraid of the damage that he could do. Even as a teenager, if he lost control of all of his power, he could destroy the planet and kill all of his friends and family if he couldn't control his power. But still, I can understand why people are upset with Gohan not taking Goku's place and becoming the main character and main defender of the planet, but logically throughout the series, to go with just how his character has been developing, it really wouldn't make any sense for him to want to do that or for him to do that at all. Right now, regardless of if people like it or not, where Gohan's character is right now is where he logically should be and where he was meant to be since the beginning. But that's just my thought on his character. Now let's go a bit forward and talk about Dragon Ball Super Gohan. We haven't really seen him do anything yet. We don't really know where his character is going, if anywhere. He could possibly just fade into the background like a lot of other characters and just kind of stay just a background character. Or Toriyama could do a complete 180 and make him start fighting again, maybe make him a god. Or it could be just a thing where he fights when he needs to, fighting only a little bit. We really have no clue. But regardless, to discuss Gohan's character more in depth than I can and where Gohan's character is heading for Dragon Ball Super, we have Matchstckgmr, so go ahead, man.
Thank you, Hammer DBZ. Yes, as Hammer DBZ stated, Gohan's power comes from strictly his rage. Gohan gets stronger based on the fact he can tap into his emotions. If you've watched one of my personal videos on my channel, which you should definitely go and check out, by the way, I discuss why half Saiyans technically are stronger than full-blooded Saiyans, and the reason behind that is just simply they can tap into their emotions a lot easier. If you are a human, and I'm assuming you are, if you're watching this video, then, as you may well be aware of, you can tap into a wide variety of emotions. Saiyans have a limited variety that he can tap into. If you read the bonus chapter at the end of Jocko the Galactic Patrolman, which I highly recommend, it ties into the Dragon Ball series, there's a bonus chapter at the end where they reveal Goku's mother, Gine, and of course, Bardock's in the manga, and they're talking about, believing Frieza is going to more or less destroy the planet, and we see in this we see them talking, and they more or less point out that Saiyans just have a limited variety of emotions they'll express. But we're getting a little off topic here. Anyways, back onto Gohan. So yes, that's the reason Gohan's so powerful, and many, more or less to a degree, are upset, as Hammer DBZ said, that Gohan is becoming a weakling. He's not as strong as he used to be. It's like as if Toriyama forgot about him, or is just not pushing him to an epic level like he used to. But to be clear, Toriyama was originally going to end the manga at the Cell Saga, and he was going to pass the torch on to Gohan. However, contrary to what many fans believe, it wasn't because a bunch of Goku fans wrote into him complaining. No, it was because Toriyama, of his own mind and free will, decided that Gohan was nothing like Goku or Vegeta for that matter. Gohan wasn't fit to take up the mantle of being the successor to Goku. Not because he wasn't strong enough. Gohan clearly demonstrated he was more than powerful enough. It was a matter of his character just didn't fit the bill. The personality wasn't correct. So, that is why he brought Goku back in the Buu Saga, so that way Goku was there to continue that role. Now, going on from there, of course, we have Super, and many people want to know where Toriyama is going to take Gohan in Dragon Ball Super. Well, not too many people are familiar with a little bit of canon material that takes place after Z. No, I'm not talking about Dragon Ball GT. Sorry, GT fans, that's not the answer of where I'm going here. There's actually a game that, more or less before Resurrection F, before Battle of Gods, before Dragon Ball Super came out, there was a game, a MMORPG, titled Dragon Ball Online, or DBO for short. This, more or less, is canon because Toriyama, much like he has involvement with Super, had involvement with the storyline of this MMORPG, and it took place during the time frame GT would have taken place, and only acknowledges the events of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Anyways, why am I getting a little detailed about this? Well, it actually more or less tells us what Gohan manages to accomplish with the remainder of his life. It also talks about what some of the other characters do, but we're here to talk about Gohan. So, Gohan ends up writing a book. This book, of course, being groundbreaking science. And more or less, what this book did is it simplified how to use your ki. It was so comprehensive and understandable that a kindergartner could be shooting Kamehamehas quite easily. In fact, thanks to Gohan, he more or less set it up to where the human race could defend themselves on a much easier and broader scale using ki. Ki became a widely accepted and well-known thing. So, which means Mr. Satan couldn't pull the whole, it's a trick. Of course, by the time this book was written, I believe Hercule was dead. But a topic for another day. Anyways, we will go over a little bit of it. So, Groundbreaking Science is a book revealed to have been written by Gohan in age 804. Real quick, for those of you who don't know, age is the term they use for years. So, like, whenever we say the year 2015, for example, in real life, age 804 is what they say instead of year, okay? Just to be clear. This book gave an understanding of ki usage to the general public, thus opening up a worldwide interest in martial arts and fighting. After the demise of his father, Gohan reflects on the power he wields, and so he devotes himself to scholarly research on the source of that strength, ki. Gohan begins researching the material arts of the past, organizing them in his book Groundbreaking Science in age 804. The book quietly gains popularity, and in one of the articles, Kachin can be cut has an immense influence in the birth of swordsman class, as it leads to the creation of Trunta Goten's Kiko Jutsin, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, Sword School in the year following the book's release. It also leads to Krillin and Tien Shinhan starting at their own schools in age 821, the new Turtle School and the new Crane School respectively. As a result, by age 1000, many Earthlings have taken up the advanced martial arts and understanding ki control. So thanks to Gohan, he more or less set it up to where martial arts was a more widely accepted and well-known thing along with using ki. So, while Gohan may not be as strong as Goku or Vegeta, and he may never reach that state again because, frankly, I feel Toriyama's taking it in a direction to where Goku and Vegeta will have godly ki, Gohan will have the mystic form, and Goten and Trunks will have Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3 infusion with Gotenks. And personally, I'm not too sure about Pan at the moment. I think he might just give Pan base form, not to give anybody lack of hope for Pan becoming the first female Super Saiyan, but anything can happen, we'll see. But being as we didn't see her turn Super Saiyan at the end of Z, since this takes place before Z, it's kind of little bit much to assume that we'll see Pan become a Super Saiyan yet, unless this pushes past the end of Z. Again, going off topic of that, but so yes, thanks to Gohan continuing his studies, he made martial arts and ki control so easy to understand. People like you and me, or at least me anyways, because I don't understand a lot about martial arts and ki. I don't. Okay, maybe I'm lying a little bit. I did take a little martial arts, but for the average individual that takes no interest, they would quite easily understand how to use ki and how to fight in various styles of martial arts. And thanks to his actions, he also caused Krillin and Tien to open up new schools, new versions of their schools that they originally came from. And of course, Goten and Trunks end up opening a swordsmanship school, of all things. So, bet you didn't see that happening. So, the direction Gohan is going has more or less been predestinated thanks to this game. However, we don't really know if Toriyama might change that. I mean, he may have forgotten about DBO. We don't know. I mean, the game ain't in circulation anymore. It's no longer supported. There is a group resurrecting a game. They are translating it in English, but we'll see how that plays out. It's doing pretty good from the previews I've seen. But anyways, I highly recommend you look into Dragon Ball Online because it's going to reveal a lot of answers to where you think characters may or may not go. And for those of you wondering about where I think Gohan may go if he can disregard Dragon Ball Online, frankly, I think Gohan's just going to, much like his current counterpart that we did previously discussed here, just study, research. He's going to be a family man and research. That's not to say Gohan won't step in and fight when needed. Clearly, as we've seen in Resurrection F, while Gohan's not as strong as he used to be, he is willing to step in and attempt to do his part to protect the Earth, his friends, and his family. Even if it means costing his own life, which literally happened in Resurrection F. I apologize if y'all didn't know about that little detail if you haven't seen the movie yet. But I'm sure everybody by now has. Anyways, I guess I'll pass it on back to you, DBZ Hammer.
Thanks, man. Everybody, that was Matchstckgmr. Go check out his channel. There will be a link below. Make sure to watch his videos and subscribe. And that was our thoughts on Gohan's character and where he's going to be heading in the new series and in general. I hope you enjoyed the video and let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thanks for watching.